morning. Welcome to day 59 of the 100-day project. This is day 58 and the video's up and you're welcome to go watch. And I had to hold this up here on a piece of white paper because my desk is a mess, so I couldn't lay it down here like usual. I've got a bunch of stuff here. Can you even see part of it? No, that's as far as the camera will go up. It covers everything. So I will explain what we're gonna do, or what I'm going to try to do today as soon as I put this away. This is what I wanna do. I want to make some papers using all kinds of product, and I wanna use certain colors because I want to use them for collage papers. And I was inspired by some papers I saw, and I cannot tell you where I saw them. I just know that I saw them. And the colors were just black and white and off-white and a little bit of gray, a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold, and that's it. And I want a variety of paper types. So I will tell you what I've got out here. I don't know if I'll use it all. I just know that I got it out here in case I wanted to use it. Some of it may not even work. It's so old. So I will start by telling you the papers I'm going to play on. This is just regular copy paper out of your copy machine. This is just a piece of paper out of a dictionary. This is packing paper that came in a box. There's two different types here. This is tissue paper. This is just regular drawing paper. The drawing paper I show you all the time that I make my patterns on and everything, that we make our painty papers on, that's this paper. It's like 70 pounds, so it's pretty light. This is the outside peel paper off of corrugated board. This is some wallpaper, a lot of texture. I've got my mixed media 9 by 12 98 pound paper here. I'll probably use a sheet of that. This is newsprint paper, and it is this Strathmore newsprint, and 35 pounds. And this is deli paper. Okay, so that's the paper I'm going to play with at this point. So let me move this and I'll show you the products I'm going to use. This is a metallic watercolor set. This is my oil pastels. This is the Neo Color water soluble crayons. These are some oil pastels also that I keep in a little jar in my little cabinet over there. I have some spray inks. These are browns, grays, and blacks. They're by Marabou and by Dilutions. Dilutions will run. Marabou is permanent. I have some Distress Crackle paint, tarnished brass, and vintage photo. I've got Artist Loft paints, dark titanium white, a gray, and a silver. I have these Tattered Angel color wash tints. There's a rose gold here, there's white wash, old bronze, black velvet, and pewter. Oh, and there's one more, French roast. I have some oil sticks, which are by Shiva, S-H-I-V-A. I might grab the black, the white, the grays, the Payne's gray. This is some black paint, and this one here I have had for a while. It is very, very liquidy. I did not add water, it just came that way, and I've just been using it as a runny paint for years, so I've got a little bit of that left. I have some Jacquard old brass paint by Lumiere. This is a bottle of white paint with water added that I'll use for dripping sometimes. These are some off-white and white colors in different brands. These are a couple of grays. I've got some crayon type twistables. They're called Slick Sticks, and they're black, white, gold, and gray. I've got India inks by Bombay and by Liquitex that are in black and white, and the Payne's gray. I have this here. I bought this years ago. I can't even tell you. And I've never used it. I don't even know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it just for fun. So it was on clearance. You know, you have to have it, it's on clearance. I've gotten over that, but this was from a long time ago. Then things that you can't see on the side over here are some pencils, like charcoal pencils, and my China markers, and some woody Stabilos and things like that. I've got my black gesso and my white gesso, and some golden acrylic titanium white. Paintbrushes, of course, I'm going to use mark making tools. I also have my stencils, water, sponges. I think that's it for now. The first thing I want to do is get some papers painted with my whites and my off-whites. Then I'm going to do some of the black colors. And I just have a regular paintbrush, and I'm just going to start painting. And when I get through with the color, I'll stop and move on to something else. And my drop paper underneath is going to get really dirty, I bet, today. Let's get the excess paint off. I'm not cleaning my brush, so there will be some blending and mixing, which is okay. Okay, this one needs to dry. I should have marked what all these were so I could see what I liked the best, but I just didn't. Okay, so I'm going to switch out now and I'm going to use some blacks and grays. Okay, I'm going to do the grays now, and I've got 4 colors I'm going to use, and I'm going to start with the lightest one and work my way to the darkest one. Then I'm going to use the blacks that I've got. This is bronze, and this one is old brass. This is old gold. Some of these colors are blending, and I am loving it. It's very pretty. I like that the black's showing through this gold. Okay, I want to try these Distress Crackle paints just a little bit over here and see what they will do. They're very, very old. I say that about everything because everything is very old. And this should crackle a little bit. The thinner the coat, the thinner the crackle. I'm not really caring about the crackle. I just want the color right now. This is the wallpaper, and I'm going to try the color wash tints on it. And you're supposed to get it nice and shaken up because all the sediment will fall to the bottom. You want to find out what things do and what your supplies look like? This is a good way to do it. These are a couple of marabou sprays, and they are permanent once they dry. One's a gray, one's a cocoa. I'm interested in finding out the gray. I don't even know if I've ever used the gray. I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to brush them on. That's what the gray looks like. Oh, I like the gray. And there's a little bit of brown mixed in because of the spray that I did. So that's pretty. I love the gray and the brown mixed. This is the tissue paper, and these are the watercolors. I'm going to use these watercolors on a different paper because these are pretty. But right now, I'm going to change over to the Dilutions black spray ink and just put some on my brush and see what it does on this paper. Okay, I like this black Dilutions on here. That's really pretty. But I'm ready to try something else. Let's try some black ink. Actually, it's not going to be black. It's going to be Payne's Gray because I really like Payne's Gray and I want to put some of that on here. If I wet my brush, it'll carry out. Oh, that's so pretty on this paper. Can you see that? Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. I'm going to bring in the deli paper because I want to keep using this Payne's Gray for a second. Cleaning off my brush is what I'm doing. This next one is just black India ink. Out of curiosity, I'm just going to take the Woody Stabilo pencil, put some marks in here, and see if it will spread. And some of the pencil lines might stay, which is fine. We're going to be doing mark making on top of all these papers anyway. Very, very interesting. Love that. Okay, so let's get another paper. I haven't brought in the packing paper yet. This is another piece of copy paper, and that's because I really want to try the watercolor with that paper. Maybe just a piece of watercolor paper would look best. Let's do that. Let me get a piece of watercolor paper. This looks good though. I have to say I like that. I like it on the copy paper, but I also want to try it on the tissue paper and then just regular watercolor paper. Okay, I'm back from lunch. I've already removed the papers that were sitting here, so I'll show you all the papers at one time when I get through, but I want to go ahead and finish painting up this paper. This is the copy paper. I've got some metallic white, some metallic black, some copper, and some raw umber here, and I'm just going to put the paint on there in lightest color first. All right, let's set this one aside to dry. I'm going to work on the packing paper now. With the Neo colors, I want to see what they will do on here. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry for a minute because I'm gonna mess with that some more. I don't like anything about this paper. It wasn't a good choice, so I'm painting over it. And we will try the crayons on a different type of paper. Okay, I quartered up the newsprint so I could use a smaller piece, and I've got a piece of the tissue paper, same here, and then this is copy paper. But what I want to do, I want to bring in those crayons, and I want to see if I can make them work on one of these papers. All right, I want to do the watercolor on the paper here. Let me try some other watercolors. Okay, I've got this other cheap kid set that you've seen me use. We've gone way into overtime for editing, so today's just going to be painting. Tomorrow's going to have to be mark making. This was a ball though. I enjoyed it. I don't have a clue what kind of thumbnail picture I'm going to be able to put up for this though. Okay, I've got another set of watercolors. I don't know the name. There's no name on here. I got it at Hobby Lobby, so I can't tell you anything else about it. So I brought this one back, and I'm going to spray it with that gray spray that I have fallen in love with, and just spread it around with a wet brush and see if I like it. Oop, oh boy. It sprayed out the side. At least it didn't come at me. I've got it all over me anyway. Now this is pretty on top of the yellow. Oh, that just makes such a pretty color. Do I have a yellow spray? Let me find a yellow spray. My yellow spray is no longer any good. The one from Marabou. We'll just try this one, this Dilutions. I think this is all we're gonna do to this paper for now. It's time for me to wrap it up. I've gone way over my time. Okay, you've seen this one, so let me move this one to be drying. I have to say that one's not very pretty, so we'll probably do something to that. We'll make it pretty. Don't worry, we will make it pretty. And this one's still not dry. And then I've got this pile over here. Got this one here. This one's still kind of drying, so I'll keep it loose. It's kind of drying still. Love this one. I cannot wait to put marks on these papers. This is one of my favorite ones. I love this gray and this brown together on this paper. I love this paper too. I like working on this newsprint. This turned out pretty. This one here and this one here too. This needs some work. I love this. That's beautiful. I just don't remember what I did to all of them. Oh well. Okay, so today we made a bunch of papers and tomorrow we're going to do some mark making. I'm most excited about doing the lighter colored ones and these type here. So I will see you tomorrow for day 60. Thanks for being here. This was fun. I got a mess though. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.